The NFL 2019 Combine wrapped up Monday. The Combine is where college football players get to show their abilities to NFL coaches and leaders. Concussions, and helmet safety were a big topic this year. As CBN Sports reporter Sean Brown found out, the league is taking it seriously and working to keep the players safe without compromising their playing the game.
NFL football. What fan doesn't love the amazing catches, runs, interceptions, and let's not forget about the hard hits. But with player injuries on the rise, the NFL has made a lot of adjustments to the game we love. Since 2002, the NFL has made roughly 50 rules changes in an effort to make the game safer.
With all the changes that the National Football League has made to make the game safer for players, some say that the game is becoming soft. But is it? Or is it that the league is making strides to secure the longevity of America's game, which starts with player protection?
Jennifer Langton is the NFL's Vice President of Health and Safety. I spoke with her about the league's Play Smart, Play Safe initiative, launched by NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell to advance progress in the diagnosis, prevention, and treatment of sports-related injuries.
I focus on our engineering efforts as well as our innovation, all to make and advance health and safety for our players on the field. We work very closely with the NFLPA and the NFL and our lead engineers.
In the last 3 seasons, head injuries, specifically concussions, have been a top concern for the NFL, and rightfully so. In 2017, the total amount of concussions from preseason to postseason were a staggering 291.
When you get that information and you see that there's an incline in concussions, how do you respond to that when you're making such strides?
We did have, from the previous year, a 16% increase in concussions. We've studied every single concussion on our field for the past 3 years. That provides us the insight so that we know the speeds, the velocities, the impact sources, so we can give that to the marketplace so they can design for better helmets.
It is through that lens of data that manufacturers design and construct new and improved football helmets, which are then sent for extensive research under the direction of the NFL's chief engineer and University of Virginia professor, Dr. Jeff Crandall.
I study what's called biomechanics, which is how the body responds to forces. We do a lot of work trying to study when a concussion occurs, what are the forces, what are the motions involved, and then we bring that into a laboratory setting like you'd see here in our laboratory, where we use an impactor, which reproduces a player coming in and striking another player that would be wearing a helmet. Instead of a player, we use a crash test dummy, which is instrumented with sensors. Those sensors measure the accelerations and motions of the head from an impact. And by changing out the helmets, evaluating the helmets, we can see which ones are best able to mitigate the forces or manage the forces. So that's a measure of safety.
But that's just one way the impacts are measured. The other is virtual.
Through the computer, we can actually simulate the impact. So rather than running a physical test, you run a computer simulation where you can make hundreds or thousands of virtual prototypes, test them in a very efficient way, and really get to much better designs quicker, cheaper, and more effectively.
Most NFL fans watch games and just assume that the players are all wearing the same style helmet. Well, they're not. According to Dr. Jeff Crandall, chair of the NFL Engineer Committee, all helmets aren't created equal.
After we test the helmets, both physically and virtually, one of the things we want to do is we want to generate information for players to make informed decisions. So in conjunction with the Players Association, every year we run physical tests on any new helmets that come out, and then we rank them and put them on a poster that hangs in every locker room. So if this helmet is performing well or not well, under what conditions is it performing well or not well, which can hopefully lead them to improvements to make safer helmets.
It is the player's choice to select which helmet they wear. To date, no helmet exists that can prevent a concussion entirely. That's why Jennifer says that educating the players on better performing equipment and safer ways to play the game is at the forefront of this initiative.
When we go back to our mission, it's to advance the health and safety of our players. And we're lucky enough working with the NFLPA that we have the best of experts that we attract to do the research, and they are independent, but the education needs to move forward, which I think that we've done a tremendous job this year. And we see that because we see 72% of players now adopting top performing helmets. That was just over 40% last year. So the education is working, but it's data-driven. So yes, concussion is an issue, but let's try to understand it, but let's try to improve it. And that is understanding the mechanism of injury so that we can make the game safer for the players and still build that excitement around it.
Coming up, how CBN's Operation Blessing is helping pregnant women in Honduras. They're in need. Stay with us.
When you give, smiles grow bigger. When you care, homes are happier. When you comfort, the hurt goes away. When we all come together to love, miracles happen.
Hello, I'm Terry Newsom. Did you know there are more than 148 million orphans in the world today? 148 million. But it was 3 little girls that taught me about the plight of orphans. My husband and I spent nearly a month immersed in the daily activities of a Ukrainian orphanage as we waited to adopt 3 sisters. I saw firsthand the utter loneliness, the pain of rejection, and the overwhelming desire to be loved. That experience changed me forever. And out of it grew a ministry from my heart called Orphans Promise. Today, we're helping orphans and vulnerable children in more than 50 countries worldwide. Thousands of children are now in safe homes. They're being educated, and they're learning life skills. I'm asking you to join with me and become family to these children. Will you call the number on your screen right now? Because every child deserves a chance to be happy.
Hello? Is this thing on? Hey, kids, do you love games? And do you love discovering things? Well, do ya?
Then you're gonna love this. It's the new free Superbook Kids Bible app. You can play games, watch videos, find answers to your questions, and a whole lot more. The new Superbook Kids Bible app. Free downloads available on iTunes and Google Play now.
Region's first ROTC graduate student.
Come home to the Southern Gospel Station from CBN Radio. You'll enjoy a rich Southern blend of bluegrass, classic gospel, and Southern Gospel favorites. CBN Southern Gospel. Available now at cbnradio.com.
CBN's Operation Blessing has provided assistance to pregnant women in Honduras. A health center called Maya Corte was in desperate need of supplies to help care for women and children. Operation Blessing stepped in to provide supplies, including bed sheets, baby towels, baby clothes, and patient garments. Thanks to Operation Blessing's efforts, the women have received necessary attention and care for their pregnancy and delivery in a safe and comfortable place. Now, you can find out more about Operation Blessing by visiting its website. That is ob.org. Right now, it's time for your Tuesday Tweetable, and here's a message I hope you will post, tag, tweet, and share with those who follow you. Remember this, the trial is not meant to take you out. It's meant to take you through and to what God has for you. So don't quit. God has not given up, and you should not give up either. With that word, I encourage you to make this a terrific Tuesday. That is going to do it for this first edition of CBN News Watch. Remember, you can find more on the issues you care most about, always at cbnnews.com. And you can watch CBN News programs anytime on the CBN News channel. Plus, we love to know what you think about the stories you've seen here today. You can do that by emailing newswatch@cbn.com. You can also reach out and touch us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Hope you will join us again right here next time. Have a great day.